Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Sarah and James.
We're so glad you could join us for another episode designed to help you improve your English in a fun and natural way.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. Sarah, I'm excited about today's topic because it's something I think everyone, myself included, can struggle with sometimes.
Absolutely. Today, we're diving into a very practical skill, how to pack like a pro for travel. Whether you're planning a short trip or a long holiday, packing efficiently can save you a lot of stress.
That's so true. We'll be sharing our best tips and tricks along with some fantastic vocabulary. So, if you've ever found yourself sitting on your suitcase trying to close it, this episode is for you.
So, James, let's get right into it. When it comes to packing, are you an organized planner or more of a last-minute person?
I have to admit, I used to be a last-minute packer, which often led to chaos. Now I have a system. The first thing I do is make a detailed list a few days before I travel. It's a lifesaver.
A list is non-negotiable for me, too. It prevents that feeling of panic that you've forgotten something essential. My top tip, though, is using packing cubes. They've completely changed my packing game.
Packing cubes? That's new to me. What exactly do you mean by that?
They're small, soft fabric bags with a zip. You group similar items in them, like all your shirts, in one. It helps organize your suitcase and really helps to streamline the whole process.
Streamline. I like that word. It sounds very efficient.
It is. The pronunciation is simple with stress on the first syllable. Streamline. It means to make something simpler. Speaking of being effective, what's your take on the great debate, rolling versus folding clothes?
Oh, I am 100% on team roll. Rolling clothes, especially t-shirts and jeans, saves a surprising amount of space and helps prevent deep wrinkles. It's a great rule of thumb for maximizing suitcase space.
A rule of thumb. That's a brilliant idiom. It means a general guideline or a basic principle that is based on experience, not precise science. It's good advice that works in most situations. For example, a good rule of thumb for packing is to lay out everything you think you need and then put half of it back.
That's probably very wise advice. Another area people struggle with is toiletries.
Definitely. For my carry-on bag, I have to be very careful with liquids. I always decant my shampoo and conditioner into smaller travel-size bottles to meet airport security rules.
Decant. That's a great vocabulary word. What does that mean?
To decant, spelled D-E-C-A-N-T, means to pour a liquid from its original, larger container into a smaller one. The stress is on the second syllable, decant.
Got it. My final pro tip is to never leave home without a portable power bank for your phone. There's nothing worse than arriving in a new city with a dead phone. You don't want to be caught short.
That's another fantastic expression, to be caught short. It really paints a picture of being unprepared. These are some really solid tips.
Now that we've shared our tips, I think it's time we did our vocabulary review.
Okay, that was a really practical discussion. Now, as promised, let's review some of the excellent vocabulary we used. This is where we slow down a bit. I'll start with the first word I introduced, streamline.
Yes, streamline. It sounds very professional and efficient.
It does. Streamline is a verb, spelled S-T-R-E-A-M-L-I-N-E. It means to make a process or a system more efficient and effective by using simpler methods. I said that using packing cubes helps to streamline the packing process, making it faster and more organized.
So you could also use it in a business context, right? For example, the company will streamline its operations to reduce costs and increase profit.
That's a perfect example. For pronunciation, remember, the stress is on the first part of the word. Listen carefully. Streamline. It's a good synonym you could use is to simplify. It's a very useful word for describing improvements.
Great. The next one is the idiom I used, a rule of thumb. This is a very common phrase in English. A rule of thumb is a general principle or a practical guideline that is based on experience, not precise science. It's good advice that works in most situations.
In our chat, you said that rolling clothes is a good rule of thumb for saving space. It's not a scientific law, but it's a method that generally works well. Can you give us another example, James?
Sure. In cooking, a rule of thumb is to add spices a little at a time. You can always add more, but you can't take them out. It's a fantastic idiom to add to your vocabulary to sound more natural.
I love that example. The next word is the verb I mentioned for liquids, decant, spelled D-E-C-A-N-T. To decant means to pour a liquid from one container into another. I mentioned I decant my shampoo into smaller bottles for travel.
So it's specifically about moving liquid. You wouldn't decant your clothes, for example.
That's right, it's only for liquids. For pronunciation, the stress is on the second syllable. Listen, decant. It's the opposite pattern of streamline. Decant.
Perfect. And the last expression is the one I used at the end, to be caught short. This is another very useful idiom. It means to find yourself in a situation where you don't have something you need, often unexpectedly. I said you don't want to be caught short with a dead phone battery.
It really paints a picture of being unprepared. What's another common way to use it?
You might say, I wanted to buy a coffee, but I was caught short because the cafe only accepted cash and I only had my card. It means you lacked the necessary thing, in this case cash, at the crucial moment. It's a great phrase for explaining why you couldn't do something.
So there you have it, 4 excellent new words and phrases to add to your English vocabulary, and hopefully some great tips for your next trip. To summarize our packing advice, remember to make a list, consider using packing cubes to streamline everything, and follow the rule of thumb of rolling your clothes.
And don't forget to decant your liquids for your carry-on bag, and always pack a power bank so you're never caught short. The most important thing is to practice using this language. Try to use one of these new phrases this week.
That's a wonderful idea. Thank you all so much for listening to English with Sarah and James. We hope you feel a little more confident about both your packing skills and your English skills.
Keep up the fantastic work, and we'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye for now.